Hello, my name's Tom Sapp. I'm with Tom Sapp Photography. We're going to talk about overcoming location lighting situations. All right? The best thing that I could possibly tell somebody if you're outside and you're taking location portraits, you're taking location images in general, if it's even a flower, use reflective light, use reflectors. It's the easiest way you can see it, whereas like, for instance, speed lights, they're very good at raising the level of illumination in the shadow area to increase that light in the shadows so it's not so dark on your subject and give it more of a professional feel. But you can't see what you're doing. So unless you can see it, for people that are just starting out, reflectors are definitely going to be the way to go. Now with strobes here, with the speed lights or with more powerful strobes, to raise that level of illumination, it gets a little more tricky. You really understand how to add and subtract f-stops. Let me give you an example of that real quick. Now, for instance, say the subject is in shadow, they're in shade, and the background's in highlight, and you're trying to raise that shadow on them to balance with the background. Okay, for instance, they're 5:6, the background's f8. If you set this flash to f8 to balance the background, which is what most people do, you're going to get an overexposed image. Okay, the actual aperture f8 for the subject, which is what you're putting on them, and the background f8 doesn't equal f8. It actually equals f11. f8 plus f8 equals f11. Okay, if the subject is at 5:6 in the shadow, it's going to be less because they're in shadow. Background is brighter. Okay, you're going to put 5:6 on them to equal f8 in the background. So if you put 5:6, which is the light that is already on them in the shadow, 5:6 with the strobe, that's two 5:6s, that equals f8. So if you set your camera at f11, because the subject is now f8, the background is f8, you're going to actually get f11. Okay, that's going to be the correct exposure, and that's how you balance those lights. That's a very good technical tip. In addition to using reflectors, using scrims, anything that you can do to modify light, and that's going to be the best way to get those images out on location. Thank you so much. My name's Tom Sapp, Tom Sapp Photography. Have a good day.